Okay, Aditya, you mentioned that you started wholeheartedly after 2024, right? After
Yes.
resigning. So
Yeah.
after that, what was your daily routine? How did you balance your prelims and mains and then your optional? Optional, by the way, you started after the prelims, but how prelims
Mm.
and mains you balanced?
So first of all, there's one thing as you mentioned about my optional. So I would just like to mention, I earlier because that would help the new aspirants as well. That when you're deciding your optional at the first instance, take your complete time. Don't rush through it, because I made that mistake. I initially thought I would go with public administration as my optional. I studied it for at least 4 to 5 months, and then I realized I'm not getting an interest in that particular subject. And then I thought I should study sociology. So I wasted those 4 5 months. I wouldn't say wasted, yeah, they somehow got utilized in GS part. But still, sit down at least whatever options you have selected, take your complete time, and then select it. Have this clarity that you can sustain that subject, because sometimes it's happened that you are not fortunate enough to clear it in the first attempt, second attempt, or third attempt itself. So you have to carry your optional for at least 3 to 4 years. So select that optional which you can really give that much amount of time and you don't get bored of that subject. And so coming back to your first question again, what was my day looking like? So, sir, I initially began with those basic books. I started with polity, and I used to make my study slots like I'll study for 4 hours, like polity. I used to do two subjects in a day, and one subject which wasn't having that much weightage. I won't say that much weightage, but that was easier to understand. Like I would say environment. So I used to balance it, like once with polity with environment, or when I'm doing economy, then I would do it with IR or these sort of things. And simultaneously, when I was done with at least one reading of all the basic subjects, I started with my mains prep as well, because that's quite necessary when you do it. So I started writing a few answers. I used to glance through the essays of Topper and the ethics copies, and that really helps. You get to know how you can structure your answers, because I didn't join any formal offline coaching, so I didn't had any peer group with me. So toppers copy that really helps. So I would suggest every aspirant, whenever you complete your basic syllabus one, just glance through those copies so that you can understand how really UPSC requires you to answer the questions.